Welcome to Kane's Corner. I'm sorry we're late. The unrelated divas gave me the wrong time. We had to, get through that show as best we could, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. But Fax is one of the all-time fucking dummies. Just an awful performance today, and on that show, and just some of the shit he said was unfucking real. But anyway, we're gonna bring in a couple basketball guys. Very exciting content. To me, even last year was the best content, and it has delivered all around. So we got first. We're going to bring on somebody that's actually on the team. Matt from Providence. How you doing?
What's going on, Kane? How are you?
How you feeling? Good.
I'm good. I'm a little beat up.
Yard work. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the last one?
Haven't played any competitive basketball in a while, so feeling a little sore from getting out there, but doing all right.
I gotta say, you almost look righted up and kind of jacked, dude. Jesus, you big guy.
Yeah, I try, man. Probably a little extra weight I don't want to have on me right now is the issue.
Yeah, well, you hit the 30s, and that's how it happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we got another guy. Here he is.
What's going
on? Fighting hard. And so, how you feeling after the first? I guess how you feeling after that? It feels like you played a lot more in the second time around.
Yeah, I think on Saturday I left it all out there. I don't have the basketball skill that pretty much any of these other guys have, but I wanted to make it obvious that if I'm out there, I'm giving 110%. I was running around like a madman trying to guard Beanbag Ron, trying to guard Cliff, doing everything I can. So I think I feel happy with the performance I gave.
Well, you got there at what time? 3 a.m, or are you there pretty early?
It was like
the bounce houses were still set up, right?
Yeah, it was about 9:30 a.m. I went pretty much right after work.
Excellent. So going into it, you try to make this team. Kind of what was your plan? And then after you tell us your plan, me and Matt will discuss if it worked out in your favor. Just curious, kind of what your game plan was going in.
Going into this into Saturday yesterday.
Yeah.
So as far as you got me?
We got you, buddy.
We got you.
Loud and clear.
All right. So as far as yesterday goes, I just planned on coming in. I planned on giving it everything I got. I did some shooting all week. I did a bunch of dribbling drills. I got some sprints in. I ended up pulling my quad, I think, during the week. So I had this big knot in my quad all day Saturday, but I did as much practice as I could, but you can't really learn basketball in a week. So it was somewhat evident in some of the stuff I did, but I think at the end I kind of peaked. I made a couple shots. I played really great defense on Cliff, but I just don't think I have enough of the basketball skill.
Well, don't give up yet because it's not finalized yet, right? So you guys are going to be able to come back and practice again. So Matt, you watched everything. You've made the team, which I was happy. There's one Bristol guy that's not going to let us down, thank God, because the other one, we could talk about him, but I wanted to have him come on. He had something to do tonight. He wasn't trying to, run away from anything. But what did you think? How'd you think everybody did, Matt, overall? The guys trying out for the team.
Yeah, they worked hard. Brando, like you said, you don't really have much basketball experience. The other three guys do, but Brando's got a little more athleticism than all the other guys. So, kind of evened out a little bit there. He's able to play good defense. He's a little bit like a beanbag Ron without any basketball skill whatsoever, right? He can run up and down the court really fast. He can press you on defense, but he's not going to be knocking down any shots anytime soon.
What about Kevin's performance? What'd you think? I mean, he had that head fake going, which was, what it is? I feel bad in a way because I know I'm in my 40s now. He's in his 50s. Your body wants to go, and not everybody is, in great shape like Kirk, so it's not as easy. But his body just didn't seem like it wanted to make it where it wanted to go at the right speed.
Yeah, that clip. I've watched that clip several times. That was a good one. But no, you can tell Kevin has played some basketball in his life. Mm-hmm. It's just his body's betraying him. He can't go more than 10 feet without getting hobbled, and it stinks because you do see flashes of some basketball skill, but he can barely stay on his feet.
Anything surprise you guys? Anything that you were like pretty surprised? Maybe somebody that was a better player than you thought they were, or Kirk's coaching style, Dave's terrible filming, anything that stood out?
I've watched a lot of the content from last year with the basketball team,
Oh, good.
and these guys have been practicing. A lot of the stuff I saw last year, I was like, not too impressed. Saturday, I was very impressed with everything that I saw. Everybody's knocking down shots, everybody's hustling, everybody's going for loose balls. It was very encouraging.
Brando?
I would say one guy in particular stuck out to me. That'd be John and Warren.
Okay.
He's a
Yes.
ball
He had a
player.
good day.
He's a ball player. He can make shots. He makes moves. He can shoot the three. He drives it well, and he's a speed guy too. Don't sleep on him. I know Beanbag runs, all over the place like a maniac, like the Energizer Bunny, but John and Warren ain't too far behind him with the quickness, the athleticism. He's a good player. I was surprised, pleasantly
And he was
surprised.
he was shooting the shit out of the ball on Saturday, over and over and over, knocking it down. Everybody noticed it. So
And he was showing that fired up energy. You see that
Oh,
from
yeah.
John? He was very animated. It was nice
Yeah,
to
no.
see. I will say it looked very crisp. Like when you watch the other two guys go, the other four players that were trying to make the team, you could tell it was a little slower. But when those other guys started practicing, it seemed very crisp and looks like you fit right in, Matt. So, well deserved. Unbelievable honor. Awesome.
No, yeah, I felt really good after Saturday. After that first tryout and getting picked and everything, I was like, all right. I felt, 90% of this was on name alone. I didn't feel like I played that well at tryouts, but yesterday, getting a chance to shoot around a little bit before, warm up, run around a little bit rather than just coming off of 2 suicides, it felt like it started to come together. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to play some actual runs with these guys.
Who do you think's going to make the team out of those guys? If you don't mind comment, you going to have a comment on that? Maybe you don't want to take that angle, but right now it seems like Steve from Gloucester is the front runner, but things can change.
Steve,
showed heart.
It does seem like Steve's the favorite, at least online. He shows a lot of hustle. All the guys are showing a lot of hustle, right? I think it's probably going to come down to probably the last week or so before the game. I don't know for sure when Kirk's going to make his decision, but I'm assuming we're going to drag it out and just get as much out of these guys as we can between now and then. So, I would say if I had to make a bet, my money is probably on Steve, but who's to say at the moment? There's a long road ahead of us.
So, Brando, do you feel like, I'm kind of getting a sense, maybe some of these, I don't know if you feel this way. I've been seeing a couple comments. Maybe they're not welcoming you in as much as I kind of thought they would. Are you feeling any of that kind of pressure, or do you feel like everybody's been kind of welcoming to the situation and will embrace you if you make the team?
And I want to say one thing. The camaraderie this weekend, yesterday, was incredible. Even us the four horsemen, as some have said, were welcomed in with open arms. It was awesome. Everybody's high-fiving. Everyone's cheering each other on. There might be some of that on Twitter, but I didn't feel any of that yesterday.
Live and in person.
I felt like a part of the team, to be honest, and I felt a little disappointed, if I'm completely honest, because I felt like I really proved myself in the 2-on-2 at the end. I made a couple shots. I played really good defense. And I was like, man, I might get picked for this team. And then I get on Twitter and I'm like, oh, shit, I guess I have no chance. But I felt really great by the end of the day. I feel like I gave, for me, like almost as good a performance as I could. I just don't know how to play basketball, which seems like a small issue.
Yeah, that'd be definitely a small issue for sure. So, Matt, what are you thinking about for minutes? I mean, it's one game. I don't know, obviously if they open up another league somewhere, do something, but are you, I guess we're going to find out in practice, but do you plan on playing, like taking somebody's, obviously Cinema's gone, so you're going to get a bunch of those minutes. Do you think you're going to play a good amount?
I mean, I would hope so, but something that's going to surprise everybody. Kirk said he put him on the team just because he's Cinema's brother, but Kevin can play some ball.
Yeah.
We were out there. The kid, he was putting the post moves on me all day. I could barely keep him in front of me. I don't think, just like myself, I don't think he really had a chance to showcase what he can really do at the tryout. And now that he had a chance to get out there and put in a little work, he's going to be some trouble out there too. So,
do you think he's better than his brother? I mean, you think he's better than?
Different game, right? He's probably about 18 feet and in. He'll catch a ball, give you a pump fake, and put on the post moves. Whereas Cinema seemed to be a little bit more of a jump shooter, right?
Sure.
Spot up outside.
Kind of
But
a
no.
bruiser, a little like,
Yeah,
strong.
Kevin's gonna be that extra bot. We needed the size, right? So
Yep.
adding myself at 6'2" and Kevin around 6'2", I think we're
Oh,
gonna
he's
be
that
able
tall
to.
too, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
a
Yeah,
big
big.
he's pretty
guy.
tall.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I
great.
think we're
That's
gonna be
good.
able to put some bodies on Marty and on Dana, and yeah, no, I'm excited for it. We're gonna do well. If I take Cinema's minutes, great, but I'm happy to split them right in half with Kevin if I have to. Whatever we got to do to win, right?
Sure. I mean, it's pretty much. I think it's going to be whoever's playing well in that game is going to play. I mean, that would be what you would think. I mean, Kirk. It's gonna. I've said it before. It's tough. Like from I don't know who. I don't know exactly how it worked last time when they had the season going on. I think they just kind of swapped out as somebody just called. They just kind of worked together with the subs, but it's a pretty important game. So I would wonder what the game plan is going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to come about and what's going to be. But you have no restrictions either. You'll be able to go to every practice, no issues. You don't think, or
Unless something crazy comes up, I should be able to get away for a couple hours each Saturday. My wife has been pretty flexible with that stuff, so
nice.
yeah.
So, Brando, nothing for you either. Full go. I mean, that getting to those practices. Well, maybe it might go more than one. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there'll be another chance after this. No issues for you either, Brando, huh?
Saturdays are pretty much good. I mean, I would just have to try to get a couple hours of sleep or sleep all the night before if I worked the night before and do something similar to what I did yesterday.
Excellent. Well, probably going to let you guys go now, but I wanted to get you in, get a few hits.
Great.
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
I just want to say I had a tweet or two before the practice and before the tryouts. I was busting Coleman's balls a little bit, saying, does he have any tips for being on time, and kind of fucking with him. And some of the reaction was a little bit odd, I thought, because I was kind of just messing around. I saw Gus, shared it, and Beanbag Ron was like, fuck this guy, and I was like, Beanbag Ron is usually my guy. We're brothers in sobriety, and I was just like, wow. And then I sent him a DM. I was like, are we good? And he kind of left me hanging. But then at practice, he said, yeah, I just wanted to make you sweat. I was just letting you sweat a little bit. We're all good. So me and B-Bag Ron are good. This team, I have so much faith in this
Gus
team.
also had a tweet too, right? Did he say something also?
Gus did have a share, but I don't remember if I saw him at practice or not. Did you see him at practice, Matt?
He wasn't there, no.
No. I'm not sure.
I think he was working.
Yeah, he does do a lot of hours for Amazon, so I got to give him that.
But you guys, how much you guys feel good after all? I mean, you said, Matt, you were pretty sore, a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like Kirk has said on the show plenty of times, right? Basketball shape is just a little bit different than regular running out or workout shape. So it's just, bumping and banging everybody down on the court. You just kind of get a little bruised up. You feel it the next day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's Brando. No big injuries.
I'm pretty sore today just from going, diving on the floor a couple times or getting banged into. I think tomorrow I'll be even more sore. But like I said, the quad's got a nice knot in it. But it is what it is. But the one other thing I want to say, I guess one more last thing is, I just want to thank Kirk and KMS for even giving me the chance to try out in the first place, and then for giving me and the other guys a second chance to try out again. I mean, I can't say it enough. There's no other podcast like this. It would be an honor if I could make the team, but either way, I'll be at the game. I'll be at the game.
There'll be no excuses if you don't make it, right? Because it gives everybody multiple shots. So give you 2 or 3 times to lay it out there, and then I think that's pretty fair. Whatever happens from there happens. So
the whole thing's been more than fair, and he was awesome at practice too. He was just he's a very positive guy as a coach, from what I can tell.
Well, that's been the sentiment from the team, right? Yep. Although in the games he's a little fucking crazy. So you ready for that?
All bets are off with the competitiveness.
Well, I think I went to every single game live last year, and I said it was like an event. If you like Minifan, if you like KMS content, you like seeing the Minifans running around and playing basketball. I mean, I loved it. So I had a great time. So to me, it's like Matt making it like that. It's an honor. So I was happy that somebody from Bristol made it. Kevin, a little slow. I'm rooting for him. I like Kevin. I don't think he's going to make it. And we didn't talk about Cliff either. I wanted to add, what you guys think about Cliff?
Cliff can play. He can hoop a little bit. Has a hard time moving around. Not quite as bad as Kevin, but I think if we were going straight basketball skill, Cliff would probably be your guy. But there are some other things that play into it. Obviously, hustle.
More skilled than Steve, huh? You think so?
It's probably close.
I think he just moves around a little bit better. I would say skill level is probably about equal, but he just moves around a little bit better than Steve does. But Steve's just got that dog in him, man. He's hustling. He's running hard out there. So if he does make it, I think that's what's going to get him over the hump.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm rooting for Brando. I think Steve feels like he's going to make the team. But if I had my choice, content, everything, and obviously loyalty, we'll see what happens. The next practice is when now? Is next Saturday again? Or it was like a Tuesday or something, wasn't it? Or
well, they're gonna do a game Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if they've said anything about
nothing official.
What's going on yet? But nothing in the group chat yet about anything being scheduled. So,
all right. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Get the news first.
There'll be some more practices coming up, I'm sure.
All right, get you guys out. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate your time. I don't waste your time on.
Thank you, Kane.
Hopefully, see you sometime soon. Congratulations, Matt. Honestly, honor. You did a great. You deserved that. When he called your name, I was very happy it was you. So, great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Fucking died, baby, on the ground. Get hurt.
All right.
See you guys. I love you.
Later.
All right. Well, those are the two guys. I don't want to waste your time all night. Got a few other topics. I am looking forward to the basketball. It seems like it's going to be more well-rounded. I do agree with Matt there. I didn't realize Cinema's brother was 6'2". Shit. That's some good size. So there'll be no excuses. Should be able to get some more open shots. They're going to need. And John Warren looked great. He really looked great the other day. So, he looked really quick and moving around well, and his team looked on fire when they were practicing. You can tell they played them out. It's gonna be a you're gonna get in June, whatever it is, 15th, 16th, or whatever. Just got done watching the Unrelated show. So I didn't. I'm gonna go. I didn't want to because I wanted to get those guys on quick, but it was a pretty good show. I do enjoy. Timing. That's all right. All right. Anyway, I didn't realize Jackson was like Mentor said, he had Jeff D'Lo's his mouth. That guy. Jackson, I've never really seen him talk about the dozen, and then I didn't want to say anything until I did my homework, and I looked through, and he does have a lot of stuff from the dozen. So I just have seen it. I'm a big dozen fan. I don't really watch. I like watching Kirk. I like. It's a great product. I mean, it's a very good product. Wild Bust just balls about it, but he puts a lot of work into it. He really cares about it. It's a very good product. It was good. That wasn't my takeaway from the show, though. My takeaway is facts. I mean, holy shit! It was. I mean, he had an awful show. That's that besides the point. But I really don't understand why he interned there. I don't get it. He said at one point that he would have been fired in 2 weeks if he got the job because he likes to put his 2 cents in. That were, Justin treated him bad, and he was complaining that he had to cut clips and he had to do all the work at one point. And I'm like, why the fuck are you interning there? I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. It's like you just trying to go there and learn everything that you can. Like, why would you complain about doing work? It's like they're not bringing. Like, what the fuck did you bring? You know, what ideas did you bring? Did you come up with anything for the show? You're there for months. You know, did you have any projects that you did to do anything? Like, he's trying to give insight behind the scenes. It's like it's all shit that we already know. It's nothing that was really revolutionary, and it just sounded whiny and bitchy, and it's just a terrible performance. I forgot how brutal it is. I mean, I know people think that about me too, and that's fine, but it was a hard listen. Not sure even there. Jeff would have been a lot better. But just listening to him like cry and it's like Blind Mike said something about me when I talked to him behind and he brought it on the show. It's like, have you fucking listened to the show? That's what happens every time. Very odd. Very odd. But those guys do a good job. So, you know, they finish right on time. Jackson was thanking me for waiting. Like, why wouldn't I wait, Jackson? Think I was going to bull rush over you? No, you guys had first bill. So I got the false information from that he said it's an hour time and then changed his tune. So no big deal. Good job, guys. Good get with Jeff. I enjoy listening to Jeff. Facts is I feel like I can't understand why you reach for the show if you're going to put your full fucking effort into it and go to try to learn everything you can and then not whine about why you had to do work. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, get to a couple other things. I did enjoy. I also, what was the other? Oh, yeah, I know what it was. Hold on. So I had on, I thought Brando had a pretty good appearance on the show. I know I heard it wasn't great, and he's been having a rough week and stuff. And I thought he did a pretty good job on the show. I enjoyed it. I like Brando, so maybe that's why I enjoyed it. But you know, again, the main point is that when Kirk says he did go well on the show, that's really all that matters. That's all Brando should concern himself with, is that he enjoyed it. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's super laggy. I'm sorry. What is going on with this? Yeah, I know, Brando. I know it's spotty. Yeah, it's way behind, huh? All right. Anyway, let's see. It's a little better. Still laggy a little bit. All right. Well, Brando did a good job, I thought. The show was Kirk came in a tough mood, and that's hard to break through sometimes. But I thought he did well. So keep it up, Brando. I know you're booked against. I think you said you were booked again in June or something. I think you might have mentioned that. So looking forward to that. This week we have Mama K's baby in. That should be exciting. I think I did also hear minutes. It was like, somebody said it was like 10 months ago or something. It was John from Scranton. That was a 10-month ago story that they're going on. But look, baby in studio will definitely be different. Steve, your live's a tape. And Steve from Gloucester, who declined to come on here today with the guys to talk about it. He wanted to save his, I think he's going on the show tomorrow. So he wanted to save his content for the show. And don't worry, Steve. You could have came on here and still talked, and it wouldn't have mattered because you could still bring it on the show tomorrow. But no big deal, Steve. But no, I'm just kidding. He said he was actually doing something with his family, so just fine. All right. Also, Coleman back on Monday. That's exciting. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think it'll be fun because he hasn't been around a while. I think I did hear him say he was going to bring on a terrible story to start, Bitsville right from the beginning. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm not expecting major things from Coleman. I mean, his head is so far up the Knicks' ass right now. It's going to be tough for him to really, break through that. And I'm sure the show will be fine, but his head is elsewhere. He's laser focused on those Knicks, who, unfortunately embarrassed the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics, you lose Tatum and you're pretty much fucked. But nothing worked this year. It was awful. Just a terrible year. And is what it is. Knicks, you're on your way. You're gonna win this thing. You're gonna win. I honestly think when they get by Indiana, it's gonna be tough. And lose in the finals, which would be great. That's really kind of exciting for me because if you get there and then lose, it's pretty fucking awful. I mean, I know you haven't been there in a while with a team like that, but when you get to the finals or you get to championship games and lose, it's fucking painful. So I'm looking forward to that pain for you. I hope it comes for you really quick. I did want to talk about something else quick. I know kind of got brought up on the show. Again, I didn't really want to say anything until Dave said something about it, but I did. I do find it really fucked up that Dave Cullinane does. It's starting to. I honestly think I truly think he hates the fans. I really do believe that. I think if it was up to him, he wouldn't be bothered with any of them, and that's fine. That's his prerogative, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody how to think. There's people I fucking hate, and there's people I like. So I understand. I think in general, he's not a big fan of the fans. I think he's really not a big fan of the show. He likes the show. I don't know if he's really invested that way. I heard Menner's show this week was great. Get in the chair. I was freaking out. He was so upset. I mean, so upset with these guys and made a lot of valid points in that show. There is a lot of valid points to be made, but also working with Kirk on day in, day out cannot be easy. I mean, we heard facts. He was flabbergasted how hard it was. Could never work there. All those hard hours he put in, like what a fucking day. Asshole. That guy rubbed me the wrong way today, but Dave got, he's obviously sensitive to everything Menner says, which tells you that he knows that a lot of it's true about what Menner is saying. Menner isn't wrong about a lot of things. The one thing I really didn't like, and I know Kirk kind of said it, and it kind of fucking made me upset, is you really shouldn't be shaming people that are buying merch and stuff or contributing any kind of financial means to the show. And that's literally today's fucking pocket, those merch sales. Right? And I'm not looking for any whatever people buy shirts is great. All I wanted to do is buy a couple shirts to give to him so he can give away to people, whatever they want to do with them. I don't want the shirts. I just want to show support for the show. And because he's so fucking sensitive, and Menner just got under his fucking skin. He couldn't fucking handle it. He had to come and take a nasty shot, a fucking nasty shot at me, Dave. Holy fuck, buddy. Fucking buy a merch. Support the show. You're the one that should be embarrassed. You didn't know what the fucking shirts were for? What else would they be for, Dave? What the fuck else would they be for? Honest to God. The guy clearly is fucking blackballing me from the show. Whatever. Nobody's owed anything. Nobody's owed anything. Well, that's embarrassing. Anyway, go back to it. I muted myself again. Like Timmy Fax over here. Remember that time he muted himself for like 6 minutes? That was great. Yeah, I just don't think he's a huge fan of myself, which is fine. And I don't think he really cares much about the show or the fans. I don't think he puts in full effort. I usually really don't spend time ripping on producers because, to be honest, I don't feel like Menners. I don't have that producer kind of thinking. Like the mic in front of Cinema's father, that never really, it just didn't even cross my mind. It should have, I guess. It just doesn't, but after Menners said it, I'm like, that is fucking true. Like, why didn't you go out there and fix the fucking mic? I mean, and to be honest, Cinema's father was, he kind of was a drip, but he was out there saying some, stuff that he really about his son, and it was supposed to be that kind of episode. Just go fix his mic. He's not on there to, it wasn't the greatest episode of all time, but I just didn't understand. Like, I don't get that part of it either. It's like, it's a lack of caring, I guess. But what I was going to say is I'm not really there to listen to Dave and Justin, really. It's not why I go to the show. So the producer part to me is irrelevant in a way. And I like Dave. I do like him. I do like the guy. I just think it is kind of fucked up when you start like busting people's balls at fucking, you're calling somebody out that bought merch. It's fucking stupid. And it wasn't a little bit of merch, my friend. You know what I mean? A decent amount. So I think you should, maybe stay away from that kind of stuff, Dave, because it's just, you really sounded like an asshole. I've sounded like an asshole many times, so I own it. But yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, to be quite honest. Because really, I wouldn't even want to even brought it up at all. I only want to support the show. That's it. That's it. That's really what it's about. It's that part of it. I enjoy donating to whatever causes they do. I enjoy giving money for events, for whatever it is. I don't care, because to me, it's so much enjoyment in my life. It's just, I don't mind doing it. It's worth it to me. I support the show. I love the show. I respect the guy that runs the show a lot. So to me, it's worth it. And, to shame people is shameful, Dave. Shameful, Dave. Shame, my friend. Shame. But I'm going to beat you up too much because Menners already did that. And I think he went, I very passionate, and I appreciate it. But I will say, like, I do think I think he brought up some other points that were pretty interesting, if you did have a subscription service, which, I think the hard part is that Barstool has just something that wouldn't have, you've seen it with other people that leave, like you do with these guys. They do enjoy that juice back from the show. So I never think Dave, I'm sorry, I don't think Kirk would ever do the subscription. I think he likes, what's going on now is one thing, but he always comes around, and he likes Dave. And I think he is the on the table. I mean, I really do. I mean, when Menners broke it down, it's true. I mean, 10,000 subscriptions is not out of the question at all. Why not? $10 a month? 10,000 subscriptions, everybody, but you probably get more than that. I mean, I think that's kind of a low number. I'm not going to say every download would be a subscription, because that's probably not going to work out that way. But he probably is leaving some money on the table, a good amount of money, probably. He'd be able to do his live shows and take all the money. You could get somebody to do your merch. I mean, I know Dave would shame the people that buy it, but you could still try. As long as Dave's not there. Well, if Menners, it'll be different. I think it'll be a different product. I think he'd do a great job, and Dave he has been a little more feisty lately. He's been fighting back a little bit, but he's a shameful guy. Not good, Dave. But I still love you, buddy. It's just I enjoy that. And I didn't know if you knew. Did you know Justin's in Disney? Now, I got some slap back from Mikey Grabbags. I guess Kirk told him to do a lot of videos. I told him to do some videos there and stuff, but I thought today was just a little excessive. A lot of fucking videos, and some of them were just like the chicken, him eating the chicken tenders. Like that, it's really just not interesting to me. I don't know. I didn't find it interesting at all. I thought the last video was the last one that I saw when he was leaving the park where he looked all drained. I enjoyed that very much. So I think it's more like picking your spots, you know? I mean, if it's going to be, you're going to have 7 days or 6 days of this shit. Oh, I don't know how many days going for it. What is it? 5 days of 14 videos a day. I mean, it's going to be, just space them out a little bit, man. Maybe a couple concepts, maybe some thought to it. You know, I just went and picked up food at an Indian restaurant. I saw something more interesting than he did in his video. I saw these guys eating with their hands and use forks. That was more interesting. So, you know, I don't know. I just I hope he just, you know, enjoy your vacation, Justin. Fucking A, man. Have a good time, buddy. Yeah, with your family. Do a couple of videos and get, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you have to do 14 videos in a day. That's my for me, I don't know. I feel like he's wasting his time doing that, but hey, it's all up to you. So I was listening to, I don't know if maybe I shouldn't say it. I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. I know Kane's brother's a caller on the show. And the last call last week, he brought up Pat Ford, and he was ripping into Pat Ford. At the end of it, he said something interesting, that Pat Ford looks like a thumb. You know, I've only heard that 2 places in my life, 2 people that have ever said that, that I know of. So interesting. I think I know who it is. And maybe one of 2 people. And interesting that it'd be one of these 2 guys, which I kind of like. I won't say what their names are. I mean, you could probably figure it out. They're both Spaces guys. Exciting to know. I like when I figure it out. I never can figure this shit out. I never know who the callers are. I never know who anybody is. So very exciting. I know who the fake caller is. You got to be better. I'm calling you out right now because I know who one of you is, and you got to be better. You've been kind of lacking lately. You what did you do? You went up. You going after Pat Ford? Don't slander my brother by going after Pat Ford. I don't like that. Be better. A lot. Look who we got here.
Hey, brother.
Oh, what's happening, Manners?
Not much. I just jumped in the back. I am not even on mic, so I hope I sound okay.
How you doing? How's things going?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Just enjoyed the Unrelated show. Enjoyed your show so far. Great night on the network.
What's that?
Great night on the network.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't on the network. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. No, good night. I trying to squeeze it on Sunday. Sundays work good for me now a little bit. You enjoying all those videos from Justin?
Now that the girlfriend broke up with you, your Sundays are free.
Oh no, we're going hard right now. We're into this. We're going deep.
We're going hard now.
Could have deep. Some wedding bells in the future. You never know. Manners.
You do the same dumb thing again.
Probably not, but it's you got to leave it open to keep it going. You know, you want to shut that door now because
that's true.
Probably not a smart move.
And I hope for your sake she's not watching this.
She says she watches, but I don't believe her because some of the shit I say.
Should be embarrassed by Kane not dropping these names. What's happening?
Well, I figured out who the who my brother's caller is, so I'm not going to spoil it. But they gave a tell the other day, and I picked right up on it. And they one of the 2. It's one of 2 people, and they're in Spaces, so I'll just leave it at that. But I never can figure.
They switched from you to Pat Ford. They got stuck with you,
which I don't like. I don't want my brother talking about Pat Ford. God, he's a like. I don't know if you've been when I update the bracket. I'm in the finals of the craziest bracket. Well, in one of the finals, me and Freddie Lynn are tied right now, 50-50. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure Pat will give Freddie Lynn the nod because he hates me. I mean, more than anything he hates in his life, he hates me. It's like, holy shit, guy really hates me.
I mean,
good show the other night too, by the way.
A couple of things. Firstly,
go ahead.
You know, these stupid brackets that they do just are so inane. Mikey Grabbags, man is clearly not watching this 95% buffering. I was a little bit behind because I'm also doing some work, so I did miss the last 10 minutes. Freddie Lynn, Menace is committed to pretend liking Kane bit. I like Kane. Kane's a crazy guy. I said it to his face. I've worked with a lot of chefs. He's a loose cannon, but
that's right.
I love people for their faults and for their strengths. You know, I'm one of those people. So, all right. Look, I wanted to jump in, say hello. Great effort tonight. Keep going with your show. And just people like I was so upset about this video of poor Cinema's dad, but then, I mean, my erection all weekend has been like fucking this since the atmosphere on Friday where those producers were
Yep.
just in the sites, and I had a small bit to do with that. I mean, what really is what led to that is their poor performance, nothing to do with me. If they were actually good at their job, that would never happen. So
I don't think it was a little bit. I think you had a good piece of that because it happened right after I mean, it seemed to be exactly in line with what was going on, what you were saying.
maybe,
and
yeah.
So,
and I'm annoyed that Justin, his answer to all this is to go away and do all these stupid bits, do the videos. Like I get where they're coming from. You can't win with Kirk because he will say that's lame. But you have to have a stronger path so Kirk can't knock you off. Like Justin is going to try things. They're not all going to work, but that means you don't stop trying. But then in this example, he's supposed to be on holiday. Kirk said he's not doing a good job. And his answer is to do these stupid bits, which is not enough to keep him in his job. He's got to do more than that. He's got to be a producer. He's got to be a producer and an entertainer.
Look, he needs leadership. Like you said, he needs a strong leader to get him there, and he just doesn't have that. And Dave, it's I'm not happy with him right now. Really, I didn't like him calling out that shit about the merch. That's it's just not. You shouldn't be when people are spending money on the show. The last thing you want to do is fucking call people out. And I know he's joking around or whatever. I'm not taking it personally.
No, he's not joking around. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about this golf war. He cares about himself. And he says, "Oh, I can't listen to 1,000 podcasts to get sound." So him and Justin listen to no podcasts, no sound, yet he seems to have enough sound of 98.5 at EEI. So he's listening to that all day because that dumb schmuck wants to listen to that bullshit. He's not interested in KMS. I mean, just absolute horseshit. And then, we're in this war with, I think we're in a war with Barstool now. Like, I have a feeling this is going to lead to big trouble. And I'm offering Kirkin out. I'm saying we can go solo. Like, you can tell Dave Portnoy to fuck off, and we will soar to the moon with the success of KMS.
You said it. If you have $10 at 10,000 people, it's 1.2 million a year.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's no problem for him. I don't think that's even a question. He'll get those numbers. So.
Yeah,
he's leaving money on the table.
Gives me a few $100,000, pays rent. Gives Justin, Justin's probably getting paid $30,000 a year, so he can keep that. And then honestly, like if you really want to make more money, you can sell more ads and make even more and get more pieces of that, right? I mean, it's out there to do. If you want to really work. I mean, you don't want to be like Fax who goes there and just fucking half-asses the internship, then cries because Blind Mike wasn't nice to him. What a fucking pussy he was today. Holy shit! You hear that show? Oh, it was bad. No, it was a good unrelated.
It was a good show, but he was just. I don't know what his problem. Like you should be there busting your ass, man. That's what you should have been doing. Don't fucking cry later.
And I also said to Fax, I said to the unrelated show guys, they probably shouldn't have had Fax on with Jeff because
I didn't get that either.
You want to hear from Jeff, and once Fax was going, I mean, he told some story.
You forget,
I think put the audience to sleep. So,
brutal.
Anyway, yeah, a great show.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Miners. All right. Well, that was fun. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have too much here. The Spaces update. I think it's going to be me versus MM in the finals. Nothing like beating up on a crack whore. I got to do it. I hope I win. I'll take the craziest title. I don't know how Jake got knocked out. I haven't really been able to figure it out. Pat it's a weird. He blocked me, so I got to dig a little deeper. Some people were in. They got knocked. I don't know the whole story. All I know is I saw my name in the Final Four, and now me and Freddie Lynn are tied 50-50. I don't know how you split that. I guess Pat's just going to decide, and of course, what everybody wants to see is the Freddie Lynn, the matchup versus MM, the two lovebirds. That's what people want. I understand that. So I'll step away from it. I'm happy to get to the Final Four. And Pat, I give you credit. You hate me so much, and you still, even with that, you didn't. You stayed true to yourself. So congratulations on that. Go to some comments. See if you got anything good. I'm shut. All right. Let's see. And memes. Let's see what memes. I like memes. Kane pretends to care so much about this caller. Same guy that gave his brother away to a broad he barely knew. Oof. Shut up. All right. Timothy, you're welcome. You suck on air. You ruined the show today. You ruined my experience of the show. Baruto, if that's who you are. If that's who that Timothy is. I don't know. Let's see. I didn't see. I lost internet. I don't know what happened. It was buffering bad. I got muted. It's gonna be pretty sloppy. That's okay. As long as the main points get out there, who gives a shit? Memes, Thumbgates. Yes, Nurse Kim. If this is the real Nurse Kim, I don't know. Thumbgate is right. I'm not gonna drop the names. I look. It was obvious. I mean, it's obvious who the two guys got to be. Who says somebody looks like a thumb? Two crazy guys. My thing is, I think the Pat Ford angle is interesting. It's interesting because I'm not sure one of the guys really has had many issues with him, but I don't know in spaces like the Nurse Kims and the MMs and the Freddie Lins are for hours upon hours upon hours. I don't know if they have families. It's just in these fucking things all day, all night. The same people, same conversations, which I listen to behind the wall sometimes. I enjoy it. I'm gonna say I'm a sick guy too. I like it, but I don't know. But I'm not gonna drop the names. I just be a little better. We don't want to talk about Pat Ford. My brother wouldn't like that, so leave him alone. We don't want that. He's very sensitive. Take it easy on the guy. All right. What else we got? Oh, we got Big Dick, my best friend. Oh, Big Dick. Jesus, Big Dick. Can't afford to bring my family on vacation. This guy's nuts. If you don't know this guy in spaces, he is crazy. He's crazy, but he's like a harmless crazy, He's one of those that like he barks and then you bite back and he just goes away, just hides in his shell. He's one of those. He's not built for it. Stay out of it. Let's see, anything good? Jesus. Take it easy, confused duck. I'm not. See, this is where you missed the point, dummy. I'm not saying anybody should kiss anybody's ass. Don't kiss anybody's ass. Just shouldn't be shaming people that buy merch. It's dumb. It's fucking stupid business. Really stupid. I mean, I know Dave doesn't care. Whatever. I mean, he doesn't. He's must be a multi-millionaire. Doesn't give a fuck. But people might get turned off by that. So just shut up, confused duck. Shut up. All right, let's see. Anything new? Because I'm getting the stare down now, right? They like when I do this. They think you're not real. No, I did not. Okay? I don't do that. That's not funny. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Matt. Good luck, Matt. You're going to be a big asset, I can tell. Rooting for Brando to make the team. I'm hoping he makes it. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a great practice to see who gets on. I do think it's probably going to be Steve. Kevin's a little banged up. And Cliff is a dark horse. I mean, Matt did say he can move. He's moving better than Steve out there. So I don't think you should sleep on Cliff either. I think Cliff has a great shot. I think it's between Steve and Cliff. That's what I would say. Leaning on Steve. We'll see how his performance is tomorrow. Maybe he'll piss Kirk off enough or do something stupid and it'll carry over. But Kirk seems very eager to win. So I don't think that's going to be the case. So we'll see. And that's going to be it. Yep, that's going to be it. All right, guys. Have a good one.